This is one sample. Mostly you have received the same format. See, the screening round in a screening round itself, they will ask you the same general question. That is common question that is related to your introductions. Basically, some of the question they asked you related to your hobbies and your strength and previous, that is related to some kind of extracurriculum activities type of things. Some question related to your generally they ask to your past gap year, why you have some gaps or what you have done in your past year of experience and all past. So, and why you are looking at job in this IT industry, short-term goals and what is the long-term goals, where you want to be in the next coming 3 years to 5 years down the line. So these all questions. What is your salary and what is your salary expectation? These all question. This all list of question only. They based on this question, they set some impressions for you and they judge to you overall. That is your communication skill, your technical delivery, how you are comfort, how you are easy, how you are good in your technical skill. They get to know that is your behavior patterns also, that how you approach and how you think, because the question comes, that is what is the next 3 years to 5 years. So how you give an answer to this. They asked you the question that is the leadership behaviors, and if you get in a role as a team lead, then how you play this particular role. So this way also they just try to understand your your leadership skill. There's all things they understand with your extracurriculum activity kind of points, that when they ask to you, that this all they get to know this particular. Your strength also, if you inform, that is what are your strengths, why company should hire to you. This way also they set some impression about you. So the screening round is very, very important. This, so your interaction should be very form very correct whenever you interact with the interviewers. Just take this particular because you are now appearing to the interviews. The interview timing now, this time it's a 9 to 9, because they may call to you at morning sharp 9 a.m. because some of the people they reach early 8:30 and before 9. Some of the it's HR, they appear because mostly organization this culture is there, that is to cover their 9 hours time, and that is in their comfort time period. It's not fixed 9 to 6. So that is it. They have to cover their 9 hours time. So they may start from the 8 a.m. early, and they come from by 5:30 and this all. So based on this, they will call up to you. So the mostly you may get 9 a.m. to till 9 p.m. because 9 p.m. also probably you will get a call. So you'll have to be ready. You'll have to make your ringer tone high, and you'll have to be ready for the interviews. Those people who are comfort, because they have the past year of experience, so they may handle things properly, because people handling, situation handling, task handling, these all things are bit edgy for them. So they may handle things properly. But as this is a technical interview call and related to the real, it's a real time, because you don't have any past year experience in IT industry. and you have not worked to the IT, and now you are coming to the organizations, and very certainly you would be given some kind of job assignment. You have to perform it. So definitely you may hesitate as you have not worked. So if they asked you the roles and responsibility and some of the major concern area, then how you will give an answers. So for experienced person also, this will be quite uneasy. But as they have worked and they know some of this particular thing, that how to handle things, so they may be comfort. But I'm talking about the freshers person. So this is important for you. You just take this thing that interview, there is no personal kind of any attachment or personal kind of personal concern with any trainees or any interview any person with interviewers. So if you disqualify once, you cannot expect the same company will call up again to you. Means you will lose this particular opportunity. So if you disqualify once to the Wipro, you will not get any other interview call from Wipro. If you disqualify to the TCS, you will not get an interview call again from the TCS. These are this possibility is high. So you have to prepare it. Okay, now coming one by one with the questions, the screening round. So the screening round, the first of all, they asked you one very common question, that is, tell me about yourself. This is with the experienced person and this is with the freshers person. Same question comes. So how the fresher person inform what what freshers person inform if this question comes to the fresher, and what experienced person inform when this question comes to the experience. Anyone answers? Same question, if somebody asks one freshers, then what information freshers inform and what information experienced person inform? Anyone can say?
Sir, a fresher person will be introducing himself and he doesn't show any experience. Whereas coming to experienced person, he will be adding his experience with the introduction.
Okay. Okay. So first question itself, the person will adding their experience. This particular question.
No, sir. First he will be starting with introduction. Next he will be telling with his experience.
So in introduction, experienced person inform something related to their experience.
Pardon me, sir?
I said in this first question, tell me about yourself. The experienced person may add on their experience itself in this first question.
No, sir. Later.
No,
The
sir.
next question. It will be the next question.
So that I said, this particular question, if interviewer asked to one freshers and the same question to the experienced person, then what would be the difference? How the answers would be different? Okay, someone freshers, as you are the freshers, 10 people they have the past year of experience, and other people they are a freshers. So anyone can say something as a freshers, how you will handle this question? Anyone, please?
So as a fresher?
Yes, as a fresher, right? Those who has not worked.
Okay.
Please speak.
Okay. Can I?
Yeah, please.
Yes. Hello. So I'm Santosh Shedge from Mumbai, Maharashtra. I have done graduation with BSc IT in the year 2018. Along with that, I have done Java certificate from one of Mumbai Institute.
Very short.
So may I? So I'll tell about my education qualification.
You are a fresher. You have experience.
So fresher.
Yeah, please, you can.
Yeah. So I'll tell about my qualification, education qualification, followed by certifications, internships. I've done.
No, you simply inform. You just inform the same as just I'm taking your interview and this
Okay,
question.
you want me to introduce myself? Okay. Sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my name is Bhavyashri Kulurli. I'm from Belgavi, Karnataka. I have completed a B at Gupta Institute of Technology with CGPA 7.75. Moving on to my technical skills, I'm good at HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. I have done certain certifications uh, in UI UX, and I have done internship as intern UI UX designer for 3 months. I've also done internship as a web developer. Moving on to my soft skills, I am always open for feedback and I'm good at communication skills. So yes, sir, that's it.
Yeah, very particular. Very. See, now I'm coming to the answers.
Yes, sir.
If this particular question comes to it's a fresher, then freshers inform about himself and herself, where the person belongs to, and their educations. Education, you should inform all 15 year of education status, 10th, 12th, and graduation, which is and passing years. This is important, right? Academic information should be correct and should be informed. This now, as for the technical skill and other things is there, then you will have to understand that which mode of, which type of interview you are appearing. If you are appearing to the non-technical assignment, non-technical interviews, definitely this all answers what you said. This will not help, and this will give them some different information or impressions to the interviewers that this person is technical savvy person. He has worked, he has done some technical courses and has some certification. So might she will not take more, she will not be serious in this job, and this way you would be disqualified. Suppose you are going to the non-technical work. Suppose you are going to the technical work in your line, then this would be very correct. But again, as you are coming to the industry that is IT infrastructures, the software part will not help you, and this answers will simply disqualify to the this industry itself, right? So you'll have to understand which mode, which profile job you are looking for, and which type of interviews you are appearing. So if you are appearing to the interview with your own domain, then you can explain your technical stuff, what you have done, all certification, everything. But if you are not going to this particular, then this answer should not be correct. Mostly people, they inform as in a freshers to their detail, their education, and their family backgrounds, their academic, some certification or summer training and other things. They inform their hobbies and their strength and all. So your answer should be something. It should at least give now 30, not 30 seconds. It should cover at least 1 minute to 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, because maximum time, what if you cover, then that this period of time will give some right impressions to the interviewers about you, because that is your voice quality, your clarity, your that is how you are delivering your informations. So everything matters actually, right? So this is all about the freshers. Now, as to the experience thing concerned, as an experience, how you will give the answers. So as you are showing yourself as an experienced person, you are appearing to the interview companies as an experienced person, then how your answer would be. So in this particular, again, you will say about yourself and where you belongs to and where you are, what are your qualifications. So qualification information should be given. 15 year of qualification information should be given, because some percentage criteria are there in the company. Some it's in a understanding about your qualification, because that they have some kind of norms as well. So you'll have to give the clarity onto your answers. Otherwise, they will interrupt you. They will ask to you, and interruption is not correct. The second thing is that after informing about your qualification, you are informing about your current status, your job. So what is my roles into the current organization, where I'm working, which organization I'm working, what is my roles, and then what are my roles and responsibility, right? You will not include the family part if until unless they ask to you, right? And they do not, because that is not their their on the concern, right? The concern is only that is what are your roles and responsibility, and what are your it's a what is your designation, in which company you're working, and what is your company status. Because in your first question, in this particular first question, if you inform this much of things, then this much of things are sufficient for them to understand everything about you, right? Everything about you means your technical delivery. This way, this will be informed that you are good, because you have informed about your roles and responsibility in descriptive format, that is properly. You have informed about your education. You have informed about the tenure, how much you're working since last 1 year. So duration also you have informed. So some of the things very much you have informed. So this is the right answers, as I understanding. So this is a very correct answers. Okay, you got it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very simple and very it's in a very simple. You are informed. You informed everything about your qualification, about yourself, where you belongs to, where you are right now, which company you're working, what is your designation, what is your company profile, and what are your roles and responsibility to company. Your roles and responsibility, this is very important for them if you inform it properly, because your soundness, your quality, your clarity to the to your job, and this is important actually, because the interaction, your interaction should give the right impressions to them, so that you can continue to the next call and next question. If your answers would be not correct, if you would be hesitate to give answers, if your voice quality would not be good, then next one other question or third question, they will say to you what mostly interviewers say to you, if they do not satisfy with your answers, then, or they feel that you are not confident much, then what they say to you mostly?
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
Question.
Will let you know. Yeah, this is very, very important, because the screening round is very important. You will have to qualify this round. Your voice quality is good. Mostly people, if your voice quality is good, your clarity is good, you're confident, good, but if you're framing your answers, it should be correctly framed, right? Some people, they hesitate to speak actually. And some people, they get very nervous on time of interviews. So for them, some practice are required, that I will inform to you how to do this practice, right? So screening question. So first question that they asked you this particular, then the next question again, they asked you why you are looking a job change, right? Just understand the set of question that they asked you, based on that they will set some impressions to about you, then they make a note of this particular, and overall, based on this, they will forward your interview to the technical managers. So here you'll have to be very clear. So the next question, why you are looking a job change? So why you are looking a job change, make a note of this particular question. This is very, very important question. See, some of the people, they have the different concern. They have the very it's in a very ingenuine, not genuine. very irrelevant kind of answers. That I'm looking at job change because in my because the currently where I'm working, it's very far from my location, and it's very difficult for me to to regularly reach to the place. It's quite inconvenient for me. And this other person, they say, um, I am looking a job change because in my current project they have given lot pressures, and they have extended my office hours and this all, and I'm really so fed up with this job, right? Third, I'm looking a job change because my management and the managers and colleague person, they are very uneasy. They are not. It's good actually that I have seen people with their remarks. Why you're looking at job change? Because they are they are they are not giving the proper payout, and it's in a salary growth. This particular reason also I'm looking at job change. So manager and colleague person, they are not good. The salary reason, it's a job timing is very hectic. It's very far from my location. These all reasons are not correct. Professionally, they all are not suitable reasons, and you should not say this all. Maybe this is a correct one, and you feel that this is really genuine reason, and but technically this reason are incorrect, and that doesn't suit to the interviewers. So what they feel what things that they they feel easy with that, or they feel comfort with that, and that suit to them, that only the reason you will have to say. So here you can say very simply, that is in my current organization, the scope of work which are which are given, it's now everything I have, its scope of work is not much to learn, right? So everything I have learned in 1.5 years. I have worked honestly to my current organization it's in a good time, and everything I have worked to the company. But now the scope of work which are given, it's not enough for me to learn more, right? And definitely growth is important, right? Technical growth is technical growth. I cannot go further in my career growth. So that is the answer is what the scope of work in a current organization, that is not much sound this time, and there's no other thing I'm learning here. This is one reason I'm looking a job change for the career growth. The second reason, the contract with the current organization which is over. This is one other reason that I'm looking a job change. So that this particular two reasons that you can choose, and with this two reasons, you can say anything, right? If you have some good keyword, it's in a good words, and if you can speak well to the interviewers, then in this case the first reason is good for you if you speak. Otherwise, if you have the less limited keywords, or the words that you are very choosy to say something, then in this case contract is with the current organization which is over, and this reason the company informed me to resign. That's the reason I'm looking at job change. This particular you can say. Okay.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yes, sir, yes, got it.
Reason for the leaving. See, you will not get a second chance, but right? Understand it. You will not get a second chance to justify it, or to inform about you. That is to say something, right? So this is important. So you have to be prepared very well. You have to prepare very well. Okay. So roles and responsibility, which I said, this is roles and responsibility, that this this is not much that you can learn easily. First, learn it simply. Remember this particular all things, and that is with the very true. There should not be any kind of, it's not some interval to speak, like, to inform one sentence to other sentence. So there should not be any intervals. We'll have to simply inform everything at one go. They asked you about their company, the client where you're working, under the and which organization working. So the client organization where you are working, because presently you are working to the company. So if you're working to the current organization, then you must have the information about the organization. So with the help of Google, you will find out the scope of, like, that is in a business profile of the organization. What is a business profile? Like, Corpus Software Private Limited is a BPO service and solution. That you can say that is the company, they deal in a BPO services and solution. Total year of experience that you can inform which are mentioned there in your interview question and answers. As for the registered address and your reporting locations, which is there, then it's not very important to say, like, the complete address, right? You can say the locality, and that is in some, that particular location. It's not the complete address. It's not important, but you can make a note of this particular on time of interviews. Your designation is here mentioned, that you can inform about your designation. See, that is in IT infrastructures, you are informing your current designation as an desktop engineer. You may get a job offer as an IT engineer, system engineer, remote support engineer, resident engineer, right? Data center engineer, right? System analyst, service desk engineer. These all designations are there in your current, in IT infrastructures. In this particular, in this particular vertical, means grade, you can say, or band. This band means this B1, B2, or B3 band. So in this particular, there's all set of profiles they can offer to you. Remote support engineer, technical support engineer, also technical support and desktop support engineer or system engineers, more or less all are very same with their roles and responsibility. And some of the organization, they have, this way they offers, right? So job roles and responsibility, this particular will have to be very, you have to learn it very properly, and that you can record it once, twice, and thrice. And after learning, you can understand this particular. You cannot go directly to understand. It's very easy, simple and very easy, that you can. Then there is a second question, that is a 20 number of general issues what you handle. As you're showing 1.5 year of experience in industry, you're showing this much of experience in industry. So definitely company expect that you should have some, like, some, understanding with all areas, the network areas, the security, some issues related to the security, some issues what you handle in a network, some issues what you handle in an application support, some issues what you handle in a Windows and Linux. So they expect that you should have the knowledge all about. So in 20 general number of issues, that also you can learn it. It's very easy, very simple, and very, it's a common answers which I have given, and definitely you will learn it properly. I'm expecting, because this will help you a lot.
So
Yes.
Can they ask situation based issues, like
Definitely they ask you situational based issues. But situational based issues, they asked you in technical discussion.
Okay.
When they will start taking your technical interviews, but this is not a technical interviews.
Okay.
This is not a technical interviews. Your roles and responsibility, this is not a technical interviews. When they asked you, that is a in DHCP, if like if the system is not taking the IP address and hello.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So suppose they asked you if system in 100 machines network, if one system it's not taking the IP address, then in this case, what are the reasons behind it? Tell me some certain reasons. So whether this is in a DHCP failure, whether this is in a some it's in a what reasons should be there? So they will ask.
Network is
Yeah. Hello. Yes.
hello, sir. May
Yes.
I?
Yes. Yeah. You can.
Sometimes network issue is there, sir, and signal issue. These are main problems.
Yeah, if the system is showing it's if system is not taking the IP and if the yellow mark is there in the network icon, then in this case, what are the reasons? So they will ask you the reasons, like not one reason. They will ask some certain reasons. So why reasons? What are the reasons is there? And suppose you check the system IP and it shows that APIPA IP, it's 169 series of IP. Then in this case, the system didn't take the it's not their actual IP through the DHCP. Then what is in a failure? So this way, definitely they asked you some scenario-based question that because you have worked with the organization, as you have worked 1.5 years to the organization, definitely you will get a scenario-based, situational-based. So, but you should not worry for this because sir will help you definitely with some answers, some good answers, and some tips that how to face this type of answers, questions. How to face this type of questions. Okay, but that is in a second stage. You are into the first stage. So in the first stage, if you will not be comfort and if you will not be confident, then in this case you will not able to reach to the second stage. And if you would be hold your interviewers comfortably to this stage, if you hold your interviewers comfortably to this first stage, you will be in a confident to handle the second stage all questions properly. But here in the first 10 minutes, if you unable to handle the interviewers, or in a 5 minute of intervals, if you're unable to handle the interviewers properly, then definitely you will not go to the next. Right or wrong? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So in some questions, you will have to be, it's confident. This particular question is very, very important. I'm highlighting these questions. I told you have worked 1 year, 1.5 years with the organization. So you must have some, some understanding about type of issues which occur in it's in a company. So type of issues means what? The network related issues, Windows related issues, application related issues. If you're not easy and with the answers, then may face some problem because they may ask to you, tell me 10 number of question, 10 number of issues, general issues, what do you handle in a day? Hey, hello.
Yes, sir.
The reason of leaving, I told to you that you'll have to give the proper answers to this. Now this is
Sir, you mean to say,
uh,
sir, you mean to say here only if we give confident enough, you know, they then there is possibility that they could not go for second round, right?
no, that is in 100% possibility will be there for you for the second round. If you hold this first round of first stage, in the first phase, they asked you the general questions. This is not a technical question. This is a very general question about you, your roles and responsibility, why you are looking at job change, that is reason for living, what is your current salary, what is your expectation, salary expectation. These are the common questions. This is not a technical question. They some question you may get, that is an after that is the ending of the conversation, but in an early conversation they asked you that is definitely that your roles and responsibility, general issues, what you handle in they asked you the why you are looking at job change. They asked you about your strength. So some of the behavioral questions, some of the personality related questions, because they in a screening they judge to you overall, along with the technical stuff, they simply understand to you, that is how you approach to the organization, right? Whether you will continue to the organization for the longer duration or not, how you comfort to work in 24/7, right? If the company will give some assignment to you outside of that is a location, some other cities or some other metropolitan city, then how you will whether you will go to that or not. So some question they ask to you, based on that they understand your psychology and all, everything. So that's what I'm discussing here. Get me?
Yes, sir.
Now just I'm very sorry, this session is going to end. I want again you to continue, right? Please continue again. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay.